Hi everybody, Linda Carroll here from my studio, Gather of Great Things. And today I was working on the 9th day of Christmas collage in this weird and wonky collage series. And at first I thought, well, I'm not gonna video this one, but and I'll just give it show you the finished product and then go on to number 10 and do a video then. But I started having so much fun putting this together that I just had to share it with you. So on the 9th day of Christmas, let's see here, my true love sent to me 9 ladies dancing. So once again, I had all of these figures that I had to fit on one page because I don't have a double spread. It's the beginning of a new signature. So somehow I was going to have to get all of these ladies together into this page. So I made a copy of the page. I fussy cut out all of my ladies, and here they were sitting on the page. So I fussy cut them out, and the first thing that I thought of as they were laying here on my table was how many dancing ladies would fit on the head of a pin. So, and I knew that there was this phrase about how many angels can fit on the head of a pin. And, that was kind of an argument that could go really nowhere and there wasn't an answer to. But indeed, I could make a collage with the answer of how many dancing ladies would fit on the head of a pin. So I went on a search, and I'll admit I went online looking for the head of a pin, a picture large enough to be able to have my ladies dancing on it. And I found this image in iStock Photos and printed it out, and it's kind of coincidental that I was born in Baltimore and raised right about here outside of Baltimore. So, okay, so that was one little coincidence, which I really, really liked. Out of all the places on all the maps in the world, this pin is in this area. So, okay, I had the bottom of my collage chosen, cut it out, made sure the size was good and everything, and it was. Then I started laying out my ladies and, fussy cutting them. I still have a little bit to do. And as I was laying it out, my mind started, kind of wandering as to the word pinhead. Well, then I started laughing because I remembered a comic from a long time ago, a very famous comic book that was out, oh gosh, I don't know, probably in the 60s. And it was by Bill Griffith, who, was a famous kind of pop artist, illustrator. And I found this cartoon online, and I printed it out, and I went, well, I don't know, I just can't use this pinhead character. Number one, there's probably oodles and oodles of copyright laws, and number two, I just didn't think it would work with my dancing ladies. But since we had used this little talk bubble here on the 7th day of Christmas, I thought, man, I'd like to fit this someplace in this collage. And I really liked all these things kind of flying around in space. And I really am not familiar with the comic book, but one of the things from the comic book was, are we having fun yet? That's one thing that Zippy always said. Are we having fun yet? And I just wanted to make sure I was in frame. And I was having fun. So I thought, okay, Linda, you have to turn on the video and video this, because I went through my clips from my Tisha Moore folder, and I found these 2 clips that would just kind of fill in the outside edge. I just needed color, you know, something. I wanted the red because there are reds in the dancer's clothes and the red pin, and then the red over here on the opposite page. So I found these pieces and I went, okay, that's really cool. And my ladies were kind of all laid out here on my page. And I just kind of placed these so that they would cover up the background. And I kind of just laid this on top with, you know, the comic book with Zippy. And I went, okay, I'm sorry, that's just too funny. That just has to stay there. So I was curious to see what it would look like when I laid out my dancing girls on top. So I did just roughly laid them out, and I thought, oh, that's, you know what, that has to stay there, because I get just enough of a suggestion of the comic book in the background and the name, and then I have this, you know, this bubble up here that will stay in the collage. And I just got the giggles. I thought that is just too funny. It just works too well. And I was, you know, again, it was just these synchronicities that happen all the time when I'm doing this kind of collage work. And it's like magic. It really is like magic. It's like the universe is saying, here you go, put all these pieces together. They're available. You have vast resources to work with. And, you know, here you go. Go for it. So I did. And then I found some little tiny faces on these collage sheets. So I cut some of them out, and I started covering up the dancers' faces on here, and I went, oh, I just love that. That's, you know, that's just too funny. That just works too well. Here, now they have all these more modern faces on here. And that's when I decided to turn on the video and invite you to participate in this collage, because I'm having too much fun to be doing this by myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue the little faces onto my dancers, because I'm afraid I'm gonna lose them. And since they're so tiny, and some of them are faces from Tisha Moore's collage sheets, and some of them are just faces that I cut out of magazines. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these on because I'd hate to lose them. I found just enough to work with. And just great fun. I can't help it. You know, and I'm not even going to make them look like they really belong there. I'm just going to place them on the dancer and just make sure they're adhered really well. And then I have some little fussy cutting that I need to do around the hands that I didn't finish because I didn't want the fingers to break off. So anyway, I've been getting some very interesting comments about the collages and about the symbolism in the collages. And again, I'm so glad that you all are, you know, taking the time to really look at these and make some comments, because I'm really interested in seeing what you see in this work. And I will answer your comments. I really appreciate them. So get my X-Acto out here and cut these places. be careful when you're working with an X-Acto knife that you don't cut towards your fingers, because when you're doing this kind of work, your blade has to be sharp, and you really don't want to get blood all over your collage, I'm sure. Okay, let's keep going here. I've got all my little white spaces cut out, and let's go ahead and glue down the map with the pin on it. And I don't know, this is just too fun. If you are, collaging along with me and you have a different version of the book, the same images may not come up for you, or the thoughts may not come up for you that come up for me. And that is perfectly okay. A lot of things that happen when you're doing collage happens because it's your response to the story. It's your response to the colors in the book. It's your conversation with the characters that you're pasting down on your paper. And it may and probably should be different than mine. And it's not that it's going to be any less wonderful. It is going to be wonderful because you're doing it. And it'll be more meaningful to you if you are putting your own let's see, what shall we call them? Your own soul responses to the images that you're working with. And soul in that context can be soul as in only your responses, or it can be soul in that your soul or your heart is speaking to you, and that's how you're responding. It can also be a very much a thought process. I don't want to discount that. Obviously, how many of the dancing ladies can dance on the head of a pin came from a thought. At least I think it did. So I want you just to have fun, when you're doing this kind of work. Let your little child within you play. Let your true being expressed in these collages. And you will have fun doing them. I know I do. I'm always amazed at the way they turn out, because they don't turn out because I have a certain picture in my head. They come out this way because all these different pieces are speaking to one another. Okay, that doesn't look like a whole lot there. I have the background kind of filled in. But again, I almost have this divided into thirds. The top third is a little bit thin up there, but that's okay. And I want to get Zippy in here. And I really want the yow to be in here. So let's go ahead and glue him down. I'm just using my glue stick, lots of glue. I want to make sure that the edges do glue down. All right, Zippy. Let's get you in place. Now, I do want the Z to be at the top of the page, and I want the yow to be straight on the page. So there we go. Zippy is in position. And now I need to place my girls. I know, whoops, I have to cut around her fingers. And I just played with these until I felt they were in the right place. I didn't cut all of them apart because their arms were intertwined. So, okay, I know she goes up here at the top, and I want her, the bow, to be behind her, and hopefully I can get this to work out. And this one, let's see, was it this one that was on the front? This one was in the middle somewhere. I'll just play with these until we can get them right. And these two, this one, and these two. Okay, these two are bigger, so I think they have to go behind the front figure. Like this, and she is standing on the pin, and so is she, and so is she. Okay, the rest of them will have to kind of pretend. All right, there they are. Okay, there are a few things that I think I just want to touch up on this, but this white right here is just too outstanding. So I'm just going to take my Posca pen and fill that in. And then there's a little bit of white here. And I think up here, the same, near Zippy. I think that's actually off the page. Okay. And then get my orange pen. kind of fill in here. I'm just going to leave a little bit of white there so it looks more cartoony. And then there. Black. Okay. All right, let's trim off the top. Okay. I really like this one. Can you tell? I mean, I really like it. Okay. I need the number 9. So, let's look in here. Find. There's a 9 I can use. It might be a 6, but it could work as a 9. That looks like a 6. And this is a 9. I hope you found these little numbers. They're great, these little labels, and there are a lot of other ones. It's just not the numbers. There are images and, you know, all kinds of things that are in these little labels. They're really fun. Okay, let's see here. Like that one. It's too light. That might be zany enough to work in there, or this one. Let's see. I think I like that one. I'll put these away later. All right, 9. 9 ladies dancing. Okay, ladies. Let's see, are you gonna fit in here? Well, might have to cut the tops of those letters off a little bit. Get it to work. Just fit, I think. Nine ladies dancing. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I want to use some of my ransom note letters in here for dancing. So let's see, let me get those. And you saw these the other day. I cut letters out of magazines whenever I go through magazines, and I have a lot of these little tins that I saved, and actually some of them belong to my sister and some of them belong to my mom, so thank you to both of them. And let's see what we can find here for dancing. Here's a D. What else do we have? Here's a D. That was a good one. There's a blue. Okay, here's our D's. Let's find an A. Here we go. G, A. That's a good one. Oh, I got lots of good ones in here. Here's a block. I can color the inside of that one. Here's a purple. All right, let's see. Up with. What do you think? I think I like it. I like that dark blue, starting with the dark blue, and I think we kind of center it in here. You can still tell that that is a pin. I think. Or I can move it down a little bit. The 9 ladies dancing. Too cool. Okay, I can put these away later. I'm over here with my cow head confetti. And I like my 9 there too. So, looks about centered. So let's go for it. to trying to stay on that pinhead than anything else. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. It's very different. I have to say, I love these two pages. I mean, together, they're just a lot of fun. And I loved the way it came together, and the fact that I could laugh. It gave me great joy to do this piece. So I think that's going to be it for this video, and I want to get it uploaded so that you can see it probably tomorrow. But I hope that you all are having a great day or evening, and many, many blessings to you. Bye for now.